Hey guys, this is Casey Ferris. Thanks for checking out another one of my videos. Today we are talking about going from Premiere to Resolve and back to Premiere. I haven't done a video that does this all at once. I've released a couple series, things that you can watch kind of in depth how I do this, but I wanted to show you just really quick like my workflow for finishing off a project in Premiere, going into Resolve, doing my grade, and coming back into Premiere to finish off, because this is how I do basically every project. So I wanted to share that with you guys. So I'm hoping for anybody who maybe doesn't quite have a workflow worked out that this might help you. I am going to go really fast. It's not going to be super detailed. It's pretty much an overview, but if you want more details on that, just ask in the comments and I can link you to some of my more detailed videos. So here I am in Premiere. I have a somewhat picture-locked version of my project. And the very first thing I do is I make sure that everything is all on one line. So if I have multiple cameras like this, I end up putting them all on one line and kind of flattening the sequence. The reason I do that is so it's a little bit easier to deal with later, and so it's easier to export the EDL, which we're gonna go through in a little bit. Once I have everything on one line, I turn off anything that's gonna be overlaid over the final image that I don't need to color grade. For instance, my CinemaScope crop lines. I can take those off. And so now I just have my ungraded video with no supers, no subtitles, no crop lines, or anything extra. Now that I have all of that, I'm gonna go up to File, Export, EDL, and all the defaults are usually pretty good. One thing I'm gonna do is turn off all of my audio, because sometimes it will add a cut where the audio cuts, and that's not really something that we want. Tracks to export, I'm gonna hit video 1, and what this is gonna do is look at every single cut that happens in the first video track, and it's gonna list them out in a file that Resolve can read and chop up a rendered video later. So here I have my edit, and I'm gonna hit OK and save this in a good place, name it something appropriate, and there we go. Now that I have my EDL out, I'm gonna go to File, Export, Media, and I'm gonna export my entire movie as one clip in a high quality codec. The codec that I like to use on PC is Cineform, so I'm gonna go to QuickTime. Under preset, you should see GoPro Cineform YUV 10-bit. That's a good starting point. You can go in and change settings if you want to. I usually go and have a 24-bit 48K export of my audio just for safekeeping, even though I won't really use it in Resolve. If you're on a Mac, you can use ProRes. That's a really good format too. You can also use DNX HD, but I like Cineform, so I'm gonna use Cineform and export my whole movie. Then I'm gonna save that out as a rendered movie of my whole project. All right, so once that's rendered, I can save my project, close Premiere, and open Resolve. I'll make a new project in Resolve, navigate to my folder, and drag my render into my media pool. Once that's there, I can switch over to Edit, right-click in my media pool, and go to Timelines, Import, Preconformed EDL. Now navigate to my EDL and hit Open, and it should bring in my rendered file with all of the cuts and everything in the exact right places. I can check it by hitting up and down on the keyboard and making sure that it always switches to a new shot when I hit down. If you have any transitions and crossfades, this is a good time to go through and make sure that they came through right in Resolve. Sometimes you'll have to re-add the crossfade to make sure everything came through correctly. Once that's done, you can go over to your color tab and do your grading. Once all your grading is finished and all your shots look exactly the way they should, you can go over to Deliver and export your project as a single clip in a high quality format like Cineform or ProRes. Pick the right destination, add it to render queue, and hit Start Render. Now it'll go through and render your movie from beginning to end, and you can open up your project again in Premiere and import your graded media. Then all you have to do is drag your grade on top of your old footage, and you can enable and disable the clip to make sure that it's frame accurate. From then, all you have to do is turn on your overlays, do any final tweaks that you want, and you're ready to render your graded project out of Premiere. So I know that was a really quick overview. Again, if you have any questions or comments, leave them in the comments below. If you like this, hit like, and for more color grading and post-production workflow tutorials, make sure to subscribe here on YouTube. My name once again is Casey Ferris. I'll catch you next time.